Hi everyone, and welcome to Peabolic Notes. Today is Sunday, February 27th, 2022. My name is Michael Kirkchin. Before I get started, I'd like to send my thoughts and prayers to what's going on right now in Europe with Ukraine and Russia. Know there's a war going on there, and we really hope, all of us, that that ends soon, so that there's no more human loss, and that all comes to an end peacefully, and they can come to a mutually negotiated agreement that will be a win-win for both parties. Obviously, what happens with any kind of war, it has obviously the human impact. It's devastating, but also it completely freaks out the entire marketplace. So I mean, it impacts the whole world, especially with a big country like Russia involved there, and Europe involved as a whole. Nobody wants to see that. So what this does is that I would like to take a look at with you some charts. And more specifically, I'm looking at one of the tokens that I personally hold, which is XRP, which looks like it was a mistake for me to buy this token. And I'll just share with you my thoughts on this. Before I get started, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my position with you all. And if anybody would like to do any kind of investments in the cryptocurrency space, obviously double check with your own financial advisor. To get started, I'd like to show you what's going on with the current marketplace. And I'll just share with you my computer screen so that we see where we're at. As far as the total crypto space right now, as of today, as of February 27th, it looks like we are right now still pretty negative, right? So basically, if we look at what's going on with the total crypto space, it looks like we're below the 50-week moving average, and at the height, it was at $2.89 trillion, and right now we are hovering around 1.70 trillion. That's where it's at. And we're going to pay close attention, obviously, to this to see how it pans out over the next couple of weeks. Bitcoin itself, which has a direct impact on the entire marketplace. And the reason why is because if you look at what Bitcoin's complete dominance of the marketplace, best way to find that out is basically looking at the trading view, and the trading view's total Bitcoin market cap. It's dominance, actually, it's called market dominance. It's going to be something above 40%. So that's why what it does is that obviously when Bitcoin is hovering at above 40%, then it's going to be something which has a direct impact on the entire marketplace. And let's just look at that right away on trading view. It should be at something at above 40%. And yes, it is. It's at 43%. So that's why it's very important to take a look at what Bitcoin is doing, because Bitcoin's behavior is going to impact on the entire marketplace. So Bitcoin right now is still at below its 20-week simple moving average and 21-week exponential moving average. So what that does is that this is something that is very key. It's something that I learned from a phenomenal technical analyst. His name is Benjamin Cohen. And when Bitcoin is behaving this way, then all the other altcoins will be behaving negatively versus Bitcoin. So now, if I look at XRP, what is XRP? First of all, XRP is interesting. It's actually a protocol that is set to replace the SWIFT system. The SWIFT system right now is in the news with what's going on with the World Bank's causing penalties to Russian banks and the Russian government, and they're basically removing SWIFT from the Russian government. What SWIFT was, it was invented in the 1970s, and XRP actually is meant to replace SWIFT with basically being a way for international money transfers. It's very fast and it's inexpensive, and in theory, it looks like a great solution. So when I bought XRP, I bought it on December 19th, and it was at 88 cents a share in US dollars. And if we look at a quick recap of where it's at, so XRP was, the history looks like it goes back to 2013. It's involved in litigation right now that's going back from 2020 with the SEC. I'm not sure where that's at right now. That's some fundamental stuff. And it looks like at a certain point, if you go to 2020, it looks like XRP was something trading at something in the range of 30 cents. When it first started, obviously, it looks like it was like less than a penny. And then at the height, it got to over here sometime 2018. It was trading at in the range of, it looks like to have gone as high as above $3. And then 2020 it got involved in some litigation with the SEC. Back then it was at something like at 52 cents. I'm not sure exactly when the litigation started, and I don't want to get really too much into those details. But currently, when I bought XRP at 88 cents on December 19th of 2021, I bought it as a hunch without really looking much at the charts, which I should have. And let me show you what has happened to XRP in the last little while. If I look at the actual chart of XRP, it's going to be, I will look at the actual weekly chart and just so that you can take a look and see what it's at. And now I'll look at one of the exchanges that it's going to be trading at. I'm going to go with FTX. I mean, we have different options at with TradingView. And if at FTX, we see that basically on FTX, the weekly chart of XRP, where I bought it in December 2019, it was something in a range of approximately here. Let's see if I go to the daily chart, you're going to see that the daily chart on December 19, XRP was trading at something in the range of approximately at the close, it was at around right over here, around maybe 80 cents. Okay. Today, it's at trading at maybe 70 cents. So it's not a massive loss, maybe a 10, 12% so far. But here's what I see if I look at XRP's chart. Let's say if I do the long-term daily chart, okay? This doesn't really tell me much because I just see that, okay, so right now I'm basically something in the range of, I'm below the 200-day moving average, I'm below the 100-day moving average, and I'm also right at the 50-day moving average. Just right over here, we see this in blue, right? But this doesn't really tell me much. But if I look at this, really, I mean, it looks like currently what's going on is that it looks like it's been hovering really since 2021. It's gone from $1.90 down to let's say 52 cents, and it's been in this corridor ever since, basically since April 2021. If I go to all data available here, so I see that the trend isn't really a great trend. I mean, on the daily chart, it looks like it's been really a negative trend because it looks like it's had the actual resistance is very bearish. And if I look at this chart, let's see if I convert this to a weekly chart. You can notice that it's kind of the same idea, right? I mean, even on a weekly chart, it looks like, look, I mean, this is not a great chart, and it's bearish, and it's even the weekly is actually below its 50-week moving average, and again, it's very bearish. Not just hovering at these ratios. Really, if we do this resistance, it looks like it's going to be it's hitting basically at lower levels on the resistance line. But the key chart for me for this token, for this protocol, was the one that I looked at versus Ethereum. So this is something that I wish I had done, because if I look at what XRP has done versus Ethereum, you can notice that this has been, I'll go back to, looks like I don't have, let me open it maybe on Kraken, and then I can also check, it should be similar. I'll check Binance also afterwards. But if I look at this, you see, this is on the Kraken as our exchange. So XRP really versus Ethereum has been not that great for a long time. So basically, it looks like even over here, since something like since 2020, it's been a very negative trend, meaning that an investor would have been better off buying Ethereum versus XRP, even though it looks like since November, it's been doing better versus Ethereum. But the long-term trend has been very, very bearish. And if I look at what XRP has done, on a different exchange. I'll look at Binance because obviously Binance is one of the biggest exchanges out there. And I like to show you what XRP has done versus Ethereum. And you're going to see here that on a weekly chart versus Ethereum. And if we go back to on Binance, so you see it's been really bleeding against XRP. XRP's been bleeding versus Ethereum since December 2018. So somebody had, if I looked at this chart from back then, I would see that it's been a complete bearish chart, even though it looks like it's doing okay since December 6th versus Ethereum. But the only reason it's doing well since December 6th versus Ethereum really is because Ethereum has really been having a pretty rough period since December. Because if I look at the Ethereum chart since December, we see that it's been very, very bearish, right? The weekly chart, it shows us that it's been, I mean, at a high on November 1st, Ethereum was at around something in the range of $4,500 US, and now we're hovering at around 2,660. So it's lost quite a bit, almost 40%. So that's why obviously XRP seems to be doing well. But if I go back to this chart that I had on the weekly one versus Ethereum, I see that this is a long-term negative trend since 2018. So meaning that this purchase was not a great purchase by me. I should have probably waited until that general trend had reversed before touching Ethereum. I would have been better off just buying the blue chip, which would have been Ethereum. So this is that for XRP. So I'm very happy that I looked at this now. Now I know what to do next time I'm buying a token like this one. Thank you so much for watching, everyone.